welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabriel and I'll be your host for today's video, where I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on what I've completed recently in terms of anime. There's going to be spoilers, so make sure you read the description on which shows I'll be spoiling. There's only 5 anyway. I'm only doing 5 anime because the past anime before that I have completed last year. I had a lot of moments where I had moved, and in between those times I didn't really watch much anime. I was having a lot of real mental health issues, and I just didn't partake. But anyway, the first anime I'm gonna talk about is 100 Meters. It came out in 2025. I completed it on March 22nd of this year. I'm gonna read you the description. Togashi was born to run. As a child, he was naturally gifted and won every 100-meter race effortlessly. In 6th grade, he met Komiya, a new student who's full of determination but lacks technique. By teaching him, Togashi gives Komiya a new goal: win whatever it takes. Years pass and they both meet again on the track as rivals and reveal to each other their true colors. So with this anime, the budget I believed was very high, because the way they animated it reminded me of the animation they used for Ping Pong. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen that Ping Pong animation, but that shit was beautiful. Very beautiful. It was very smooth, very artistic. It's so different, and the way that they did it in this anime kind of reminded me of how they did that. It might even be made by the same people, but I did not look into that, so I don't know. It was just breathtaking. The beginning of the movie started off really slow. It was when they were kids, and he's just winning every race, and then the other kid is just like losing every race. So it's not much. It wasn't much to look at other than the beautiful animation. The beautiful animation is what kept me going, because I was literally about to drop it at first. But it picked up pace halfway through, and it started showing their difficulties with being able to enjoy racing anymore. It's like they did it for habit. But by the end, it was more about the journey and the challenge of racing. Having a little teary-eyed at the end, because it was like they had spent so long no longer enjoying it and just doing it, and he was actually failing. Like he used to be the top tier racer when he was a kid, and then as he got older into adulthood, it was almost like his career was falling apart because he no longer had that drive anymore. And so when he went to race with his old friend who, was losing all the races, Komiya, he got that love and that inspiration back to want to race again, and it was really heartfelt. And I rated it an 8.5 out of 10 due to the impact it had on me. I learned a lot. I'm the type of guy that I'm not usually focused on the journey. I'm usually the type to be focused on the future or the past, and then end up regretting that I didn't enjoy the present while I had the chance. So for him, it had become so much about winning. He felt like a failure because he was losing he wasn't losing, but he wasn't getting first place like he was before. And hell, some of them he was losing. I felt like it had teaching value to me, to just slow down and really enjoy the present. You know how they say, like, in, what is it, Kung Fu Panda, they're like, that's why they call it the present, because it's a gift. Yeah. I forgot about that quote until just now. That's crazy. Anyway, the next anime I'm going to be talking about is Gunbusters. I always say Gunbusters with an S. It's Gunbuster, not without an S. There's no S. I'd always do that for some reason. I don't know why. It was made in 1988, and I completed it on April 23rd of this year. Here is the synopsis. In the near future, humanity has taken its first steps into journeying the far reaches of the galaxy. They discovered a huge race of insectoid aliens they refer to as space monsters. These aliens seem dedicated on eradicating mankind. In response, humanity develops giant fighting robots piloted by hand-picked youth from around the world. Noriko Takaya, the daughter of a famous deceased space captain, enters training school despite her questionable lack of talents as a pilot. There she meets her polar opposite, the beautiful, talented Kazumi Amano, who she is tasked to work with as they attempt to overcome the traumas of war. So it's created by Gainax, and I made the comparison that it was probably an inspiration for Neon Genesis Evangelion because of the giant fighting robots, and 2, they have a lot of similar themes throughout the show that make me consider that. Some people don't like technobabble. I like technobabble. I think it sounds cool. Technobabble, by the way, if you don't know, is just like when characters talk about technology-related things and have all these fancy technological words for things that are in the show that aren't actually real. And they're just like made-up things that the creator created to sound real. They had this thing, this like time distortion thing, which I've realized after doing some research is called time dilation, where in the show, like every 3 seconds was like a month on Earth. But it was when they were going through, when they were traveling faster than the speed of light. So I don't know if that's actually a real calculation, or if that's another technobabble thing. However, it was really cool because at one point, for her, it had only been like 6 months or something doing this mission, whereas on Earth, 10 years went by. The main character, Noriko, she had visited her old best friend from high school, and she already had a kid, and was divorced, and had all these different things going on in her life, and she was like a whole adult woman, and she was still a high school student. It's an OVA series with 6 episodes, and honestly, it shook me whenever I got to parts where characters actually died. In a 6-episode OVA series, I didn't think they would flesh that out well, but they did, and honestly, it made me cry. And I didn't even know the guy. The ending had me shook too. Oh, it was like they had spent, I don't remember exactly how long they had spent in space, maybe like a year or something, but it was 12,000 years on Earth. So by the time they got back to Earth, none of the people they loved were alive anymore. But they were literally, you could see them in the spaceship coming back to Earth, and all the lights on Earth light up in a way that spells out, "Welcome home." As if there were people on Earth that had been told for 12,000 years that there would be people that had been on a space mission that saved the world and would be returning that day. It was quite crazy. I had rated this show an 8.5 out of 10. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, made in 2020. And if you don't know about this show, I'm surprised because everyone had been talking about it for a hot minute, and I didn't. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know why. It's not as spectacular as everyone had made it out to be. It's beautiful. It's got very interesting art, and it's a type of art that I'm not used to seeing in an anime. I completed it on May 10th, so here is the synopsis for the show. At Kamome, I can never remember how to fucking pronounce that name, Academy, rumors about the school's 7 wonders fly, one of which being about a ghost boy named Hanako-kun who haunts the 3rd stall of the 3rd floor girls' bathroom. When summoned, he is said to grant any wish. Nene Yashiro is an occult-loving high school girl who dreams of romance, and she ventures into said bathroom to realize Hanako-kun is nothing like she imagined. In fact, she had thought he was going to be a girl because he's in the girls' bathroom.